Hi, everybody. There's been a couple major developments going on with the Bundy standoff in Malheur National Wildlife Refuge. Um, Besides the federal presence becoming more increasingly larger, I believe it was yesterday, the 7th of January. Ammon Bundy met with Harney County Sheriff David Ward, and the sheriff's office basically offered them safe escort out of Oregon, and that would be that. Well, this was in Harney County. They would escort them from the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge and out of Oregon, and that would be that. That was the terms. Because the federals want to come in there and they want to do a sweep of the place, folks. You can look online. There's tons of pictures of how the militia and stuff had to fortify the area just in case a shootout does happen. They can protect themselves. I don't know if nobody left or if maybe a few people left, but I can guarantee you that one or two probably did leave by now, obviously. But this idea that Sheriff David Ward of Harney County, Oregon, did offer the militia and protesters and anybody wanting to leave safe passage out of Oregon, and it was not taken. That and the statement that they're staying really brings into abundance of what this is about, and I've kind of been digging a little bit more and finding out what this is really about. I mean, they did say in the beginning this is about the Ammon brothers, and it was partly, but what it's really about is it's about the federal government taking over all of the land and basically claiming all the open land as federal government land or land that the government can use, and they're taking it from cattle ranchers. They're taking it basically and they're privatizing the whole damn country. And so basically what Ammon Bundy and the rest of these guys actually did was they took a few buildings out in the middle of nowhere, something that nobody's really going to miss. It's already open. I mean, these guys are cleaning bathrooms and stuff after they're using them. So, I mean, it's not like it's completely off-site and not usable at the moment for the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge. At least the buildings they're occupying, from what I understand. So it's pretty much open to the public at this point. You can go down there if you want. I mean, people are doing that. And, there have been, talks that, these guys are cleaning the bathrooms and stuff with the resources they do bring in, and, nothing's really being destroyed. I can't speak for individual, the toilet couldn't flush because they had to call in a plumber or something. That would just be stupid and minor at this point, But it seems like they're there, folks, and the federals want to sweep the ground. They want, nobody really wants a Waco or Ruby Ridge or an Alamo or any of those types. But something tells me it's coming down, folks. And there's all kinds of comments online. One group said, we're ready to die for our freedom. Are you? To the federals that kind of are sneaking around, and I'm sure threats have gone back and forth and everything. I guarantee you they have everybody's family on a list, and, the minute one shot gets fired, XYZ plus 5 is going to happen in that state, but it is what it is. I mean, this to me, folks, is getting out of hand. I mean, the president needs to go down there. I personally think Obama needs to go down there as a representative of the federal government. I'm like laughing on the inside. Yeah, that would work out well. Obama can be... Well, I'm not going to say that. He can be the chief diplomat involved with 150 armed patriots. Yeah, that's what he wants to see. Wait, send Chelsea Clinton. Yeah, Hillary's running for office as president. If she handles this, we can give Chelsea Clinton the job as the ambassador to Libya. Yeah, this would be good for her to cut her teeth on. There we go. There's a good idea. I know, I'm laughing too. Hell, give me a federal uniform. I'll cook this off one good time. Nah, don't do that. That'd be horrible. Alright, so anyway, this is what's going on, folks. These guys are basically there peacefully demonstrating now and everything. And what's really going on is they're basically showing the occupation of the federal land being the same or similar as the occupation of the regular land that the BLM and everybody else are taking under federal private protection orders, and basically chasing people off their land and doing everything they can to basically get all this land and basically make it to where the government owns everything. That's their ultimate goal, and this is the underlying idea behind the Ammon Bundy and Militia Co. Occupation in the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge. David Ward, the sheriff of Harney County, has been there and offered safe protection through Oregon for the militia, for all these people to leave Oregon and get the hell out of Dodge before things get bad, because everybody's calling, the residents are calling in, everybody wants these guys out. They don't want this here. They don't want a Ruby Ridge or a Waco, because, those bullets are going to go everywhere, folks. And what's really weird, folks, and this is the part I'm waiting for. Remember how during Bundy Ranch and probably several other little incidences, they called for a no-fly zone? Remember that? They have yet to do that for some reason. That's what I'm waiting for. You would think if they believed at any point in time there was going to be a shootout, there would be a no-fly zone set up. Well, I don't want to get into this too much, folks, but let me just show you what I got here, because what I got's pretty good. I can show this under educational purposes.
He says right now it's just an issue over a few buildings that were 30 miles out of town. He acknowledged that we have, that there was no, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but that's what he said. He basically said that this issue right now is just over, it's just we're in a building, we haven't threatened them. Certainly does understand. So I think that there's something much bigger here that needs to be resolved. And until we know and understand that people are going to end up on top here, we plan on staying.
So that's that. You can read all the things. Harney County Sheriff said, Ward asked Ammon Bundy to please leave and respect the wishes of Harney County residents. Ammon Bundy just had a meeting with Harney County Sheriff David Ward. He offered to escort us out of Oregon. We kindly declined, and the protest continues. I mean, there's all kinds of things here, folks. And it's just... I don't believe, folks, that there's going to be a shootout. I do not. But I certainly wish they would get this over with one way or another. But, as you know, the government and everything else, folks, they don't move their butts unless somebody's paying them to. So, I don't know, maybe the IMF chairman needs to come down off his high horse, or whoever the local U.S. Federal Reserve Bank chairman is, come down there, offer them all $1 million or something to leave. I don't know, folks. you know, offer everybody $1 million to get their own land and this and that and everything else. And so I don't know what the situation is, folks. I've told you what I believe it to be. But they did originally take the land saying that it was about the Hammond brothers. Hammond brothers are now in jail, and now they're saying it's now about the land deals and the shady politics. So if they get that resolved, folks, what's to say these guys aren't staying there for every reason under the sun, and every single time something gets resolved, another situation occurs. And then it gives them another reason to stay. You know, there isn't any no-fly zones. We really haven't heard from the FBI. We don't really know what's going on their end. You know, this could just be a community organized event from Obama and his people in the background. I don't think it is in terms of using the Bundys, but it more than likely makes a lot of sense if in 10, 15 years we find out that they were actually pulling the purse strings and stuff in the background. So, thanks everybody. I know it's about freedom. And you know what? I'm looking at land deals too. I'm looking at Arizona, and I found several properties which were very nice. They were like 20 and 40 acres, folks. And they're like $20,000. I mean, you go get a local development company and, you know, put up a prefab or more like an earth dome housing or whatever the local building codes and stuff allow. I'm not going to drop something on there that the local building codes are going to hate, because that would just be pointless and I'd be wasting money no matter what I would be doing. But basically the BLM are saying a long list of things, even in Arizona. You can't hunt on your property because of noise. You can't do this, you can't do that. And I said, well, that's easy. I said, right then and there, that's easy. I said, use bows and arrows and large bore air rifles within 50 yards. And the real estate guy said, yeah, I mean, the ordinance is around the noise. It's not really against the hunting on the property. I mean, if you got 20, 30, 40 acres, go do it. I mean, as long as you're not hanging animals up, 400 at a time, it is what it is. But that's what this is about, at least what I believe it is about. It's about the BLM. It's about the land management under the federal government and everything else. Thanks.